Oh, hello there, Twitch and YouTube later. But hi, I am super excited today because this is our first exclusive live stream just to Twitch. Used to be live on YouTube and Twitch and blah, blah, blah. But we've activated our affiliate status. We are now live on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube afterwards. If you want to, you miss an episode or whatever, just check out A Filthy Lot on YouTube. But I'm super excited because we're going to be switching up the show over the next little while, and it's going to be fun. Hi, this is A Filthy Talk, if you're just tuning in for the first time. A Filthy Lot's weekly live panel discussion show. We're coming at you live from North Vancouver on the traditional lands of the Squamish Nation. We'd like to recognize the privilege to work, play, and create on these beautiful lands. Comment in the chat with what traditional lands you're on and watching us from. And if you don't know, do some looking it up, find out what was this place and what is it now? And yeah, learning is fun. Yes. I'm Trevor Gemma, and this is Roz Young. And returning as fact checker, it's been a while, is Matt Baker.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Welcome.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah. And be extra nice to Matt because, because this is our first Twitch stream as an affiliate with Twitch, we are gifting everyone in the chat today a sub to our channel for free. So yeah, tell your friends, tune them in, and they'll get a free sub.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And there's points and things they can do. It's fun.
Yeah. Tune in, get points. The points are already activated, and there's just your basic stuff right now. We've got one in there if you take a look. It's called RP Filthy Talk. If you save up 100,000 channel points, you can redeem it, and we have to do an entire episode of Filthy Talk in character.
What character, you might ask? I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll figure that out as time goes on. I think we'll probably give whoever redeems it the choice to choose characters based on panelist.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So first things first. Nerd news. Do you have anything nerd news that you're itching to talk about?
We want to talk about Dave Filoni?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dave Filoni. For those who don't know.
Well, we always want to talk Star Wars news.
This is true, especially if you're around Ben. Ben's actually the one who told me about this one.
Oh.
Yeah. But do you know what's going on there fully?
Sounds like he's in charge now.
Yeah, he is Mr. Star Wars now. So if you don't know who Dave Filoni is,
I'm actually pretty excited about this.
Yeah, this is exciting because if you're a Star Wars fan, he is too. Like if you've watched Clone Wars or Rebels or the new Bad Batch or The Mandalorian, this is the man who is fingers in deep making those shows. Some of the best stuff coming out of Star Wars. Fingers in deep?
Yeah,
is that weird?
Your fingers are in pies.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, you could be deep in the pie, I guess.
This is deep in the pie.
Deep in the pie.
Anyway, him being in charge is very exciting because, as The Mandalorian proved, the man knows Star Wars, loves Star Wars, and wants to do like what we all hope to see in Star Wars. Well, maybe not we all, but a lot of the hardcore Star Wars fans. Yeah, I'm excited.
Even the hardcore, whatever. We love Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, so I think this is a great sign for the kind of Star Wars that we like, which really true to that version of the lore.
Yeah.
So super pumped.
And I mean, it showed. I went crazy in The Mandalorian when. Oh geez, help me out! I'm drawing a blank. Katie Sackhoff's character. You should know. One of you two.
Talking about the Mandalorian who
she was
is
like
sisters with the queen.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you. What? Bo-Katan.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
All right, thanks, brother.
I threw to you. I trusted you, Matt.
Seeing the character that like the actor that voiced the cartoon character play
as soon as it happened.
Oh, it's so cool. I lost my mind to see something like that. Like that shows that someone in charge cares about keeping things as cool as possible.
And connecting them in the way that there are those Easter eggs for the fans who have been watching all of the storylines that he's been a part of. So.
Yeah. So hopefully it's a good sign of things to come.
What else you got?
Have you heard about the announcement from D&D? I got this as an email this morning. I don't remember signing up an email list for Dungeons and Dragons, but I've been getting them.
General D&D emails?
Yeah, it's like it's literally from Dungeons and Dragons. Is the anyway?
Like Wizards of the Coast?
It doesn't say Wizards. It says Dungeons and Dragons. This is the crazy thing. But they announced the Summer of Drizzt, which
And then you just peed your pants a little bit.
I got very excited because it is my favorite novel series, like hands down. And there's an animated short film written by Ari Salvatore and voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Wait, what?
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Pickle Buns Cumbersnatch?
He's narrating it.
Okay.
I said Benedict Crinklesnatch is my. I saw that in a meme one time and it really stuck because it's hilarious.
What is your favorite version of Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh yeah. What's your Bendy Snicker Cumberbun?
Wait. Okay. So we're off
the rails. Sorry.
We're off
Summer of Drizzt.
Yes. They're making D&D content in live action and.
So that wasn't in this announcement. I heard that after. So there's the video game coming out next month on June 22nd, Dark Alliance, which is about Drizzt and the Companions, where you can play up to 4 players. I'm so excited for that.
Yep.
And then there is an animated short film called I forget what it's called, something Sleep State or something like that. But that's available now to watch. And then Ryan was telling me that Wizards has announced that they're making a live-action Drizzt series, which I'm equal parts excited and worried because I don't know how they're going to pull that off.
It's always tricky when your favorite, in any other medium other than the film or, stuff gets adapted because you have that. This is what I saw in my head, and if that door to the Gryffindor common room opens the other way, I'm gonna lose my shirt. Like, that's unreasonable. And then you see it and you're just like, I love it, but also I hate it.
Well, the thing that's crazy about it is, that I worry about with adaptations is that they always want to change it and make it their own. Mm-hmm. And really,
they should change it and make it their own.
Why?
Because it's not gonna necessarily work. This is a different Filthy Talk.
It is. We did an adaptation one ages ago.
We need more.
But
the media are all different from each other.
What did you think? What did you think of the first 2 Harry Potter movies?
Garbage.
Oh,
hot.
Okay.
Garbage.
Nerd Fight 3. We're gonna get into Harry Potter. Okay, but Summer of Drizzt. Super excited. But the 2 of us will sit here and talk forever. But there's more people who we want to bring on the stage. So, bringing out first, you know him from previous Filthy Talks, usually sitting in Matt's seat, but I think for maybe only the second time, joining us up in the panel is Ryan White. Go on down.
I think it's my third.
Is it your third?
Oh, lucky number 3.
I think I did like the second or third episode, and then one more somewhere in like the 20s.
Were you on the Base Coast episode?
I think that might have been CP and Murdoch.
Kind of impressive, but we've done so many of
CP
these
Murdoch?
things. I've forgotten
Yeah.
all the ones that
42.
we've done.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I know. This is
honestly,
42. I'm super
kudos to
42.
both of you for getting us to 42 of a
And everyone else.
weekly
So
live
this
show.
is
Missed
team
one week.
effort.
This is a team effort.
Team effort.
Yeah,
Well, I missed one.
of like the weeks that we've actually been at the studio, I think we missed 1 week.
Yeah, I missed one, but Roz put my face on a stick. It was.
And we didn't even notice.
And
No,
also,
we did. I love you.
Sorry, I can't remember how many times James has been on. I think the last time was New Year's with a game show, but
Ooh,
able to now
fun.
speak her mind on stuff that's not just answering questions about trivia. The most Canadian girl you'll probably ever meet, Jamie Gummo.
And
Ellie.
yeah.
Oh yeah. We go everywhere.
Okay, so,
Thank you for joining us.
yeah.
Thank you for having us. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure to be on this side of the stage for
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Does it feel different?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, when you're in the little like fact checker station over there, you're at like an undressed card table, and, like a folding chair.
Nothing
You
but
feel like
the
a
best
very
for
kinda,
you,
like,
right?
third-class citizen. I tried once. We have fancier tables over there, and I brought the fancier table over for like one episode, and I felt like such a big shot. But then they took it away, and they said it was like messing up their shot. Or
It was the
something,
wrong
so-
height or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, typical.
Folding table.
Because tripods don't go up and down.
But like a tablecloth or like a like a bit of bunting or something.
We can zhuzh it up.
We can zhuzh.
Let's zhuzh it up.
We got the little like ivy behind Matt. I mean,
Yep.
that looks classy AF.
The robot camera that's slowly tracking across the stage right now, it always brushes against one of the bits of ivy. I always hear it, and it was like, oh shit, what the?
Oh,
I did
that
not do that.
That was weirdly
That was a
timed.
Jedi
I did
mind
not
trick right there.
do that, but maybe I did.
Yeah, it was.
But also the spiders.
Okay, so today, title of the episode is Guilty Pleasures. We're also going to be talking about Twitch itself, which is what kind of got us there.
Well, yeah, because we were talking about why do people love to watch live content?
Yeah, because it's not just live, like it started off mostly around video games, but Twitch has evolved to represent so much stuff. There's cooking streams, there's tons of live music, especially in the last year. Since COVID hit, like a ton of DJs have been doing really cool streams on Twitch. There's
Our own.
What?
David Pelvis rocking on Twitch when we first started.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was at that point.
So, do either of you watch much live online content?
Bit, but honestly, mostly on YouTube.
Ah.
Like one of my favorite, absolutely favorite electronic musician, performer, beatboxer guys of all time, Beardy Man.
Oh, yeah.
In the UK that like
Great
has
name.
this insane, like if anybody has not seen Beardy Man, I cannot recommend him enough. He has this like crazy rig where like he's got like all these iPads and keyboards and stuff, and he just like makes sounds with his mouth and then like puts them into this system, and he's got all these sliders and knobs and buttons and all this shit, and he can make sounds out of his mouth sound like any other sound, and he can make any genre of music on the fly, and he streams to like Twitch and YouTube pretty much every week.
Oh.
And so I've definitely tuned into some of his stuff. Haven't watched a lot of gaming content.
Are you a big Reggie Watts fan?
Yeah, a little bit. Also, if anybody hasn't seen it, and I posted it in our Slack, but the world at large does not have access to that.
No.
Mark
Or will they?
Weatherday, another kind of beatboxer, live electronic musician, just did a stream with Wayne Brady, of Whose Line Is It Anyway fame, and it is incredible. It's honestly, it's like Wayne Brady is like having the time of his life. It feels like Wayne Brady was like, oh, this is like where I was meant to be.
Oh.
Honestly, it feels like a way more authentic version of Wayne Brady than you've like kind of ever seen anywhere else, and he just seems like he's having the best time. It's so good. Cannot recommend it enough.
Interesting reference for Wayne Brady.
Trevor, I watch Filthy Talk Live every week. I missed
there you
last
go.
week. I think I've watched 39 out of 42 episodes.
You're always in the chat.
I'm always in the chat. And I usually watch it recorded too. Like I usually watch most live and then recorded just to see what you edit out.
We
Don't
don't.
edit anything out.
I know.
We don't edit anything out. We, yeah, proper representation. I mean, this is off topic, but a funny story from last night. I was doing a personal stream on my own Twitch channel last night, and I came back from a break, and I pushed the wrong button on my stream deck, so I'm leaving it up. It's on my channel, but there's a half an hour of just in the bottom little corner, it's just my face and then a black screen. And all you can hear is me and my brother playing a video game. You can't hear the video game.
That's great.
We're just playing Destiny and just like screwing around. And then J-Dabs, I'm shouting out, J-Dabs won. He was like, hey man, just so you know, your screen's black. And I was like, my screen's black? Because I wasn't even paying attention to my screen in OBS. I was just watching the chat. And I was like, what? Oh shit! Yeah.
I haven't gone into any of the live gaming content. Like every ex-boyfriend I had that played video games, all I could hear rumbling out of the basement was always just like very derogatory, homophobic slanders against one's mother.
Oh.
And usually from like a 12-year-old boy just screaming in his
Yep.
like, little high-pitched voice. So I haven't gone into it yet just because I'm like, my mom is not gay. Don't be rude, you little
There's
shits.
not, I'm sure that's on Twitch, but I haven't come across a lot of that. Like a lot of the streamers, I haven't been doing it very long, and I've come across a lot of like really fun people.
Yay!
Yeah, and
World is changing.
they're fun, they're funny, they're good at video games, they're fun to watch, they're engaging to watch. I think the thing I enjoy the most is the interaction with the person, not so much the game that they're doing. Like people that like take it. I don't watch a lot of like hardcore gamers. It's all like casual variety stuff where they play whatever, and they die. They don't. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. They kind of laugh about it. You laughed with them. It's filling a certain gap in my life that the pandemic has left.
I think you said the word earlier that I want to get our guest's opinion on, but authenticity. You know, is there something about seeing people live that feels more real than the edited content, and is that what people really enjoy about Twitch?
That was literally a point I wanted to put my hand up to make.
Yeah.
Is I think certainly from my perspective, one of the reasons that like live content has really blown up over the last few years is like we for so long have existed in this sort of media climate and environment where like everything that you see is so carefully like manipulated and manicured and sanitized that like you never really get a sense as to like who these people that you idolize actually are. You know them for the characters that they play, and they're very carefully crafted and managed public personas, but you don't know who Chris Pine is as a dude. You know, you don't know what it's like to hang out with that guy. Whereas like this new world of live content, there's none of that. It is straight, raw, unfiltered, and direct. You are getting obviously like a performative persona,
Yes.
but I think it's a hell of a lot closer to the reality of who that person is as a human being.
I think something I learned in film school, because I went for acting, is that people need to get over being in front of a camera. Like some people just immediately and like completely freeze, but it just takes time.
Yeah.
You're fine. Why was
You're
he
playing your
looking
first
at me when he
D&D
said
game live on Twitch next Tuesday, so I mean, you're over it. You're over
Yeah,
it.
if you want to see people fail miserably in life and that helps you, tune in on Tuesday. I'm playing
That's
D&D.
exciting.
It'll be great. Don't worry about it.
I know, you got my back.
It'll be fun. What do you know what you're playing as?
Oh, I mix up all of the like titles. So people are like, "What's your class?" And I'm like, "I'm a monk," or like I mix stuff up. But I am an eared velope, which is a homebrew creation from the world of Altero of Roz and Matt. And I am a rogue, and I'm a folk hero, and I based my entire character after my dog. So it's gonna be like Ellie personified as a feisty little shiitake.
That sounds fun.
It's gonna be great. I'm so pumped. I'm gonna be like really bad, I think, but I have imagination, so I'll bring it
Nice.
and not crumble under the pressure.
So, okay, is there, title of the episode, Guilty Pleasures, is there anything that you can easily identify in like stuff that you watch that you would consider a guilty pleasure?
A lot of people say reality TV.
Oh, okay.
I would say to an extent, there are certainly some like animated shows that are like intended for younger audiences that I've really
That could have
enjoyed.
gone in a totally different direction. So
Yep.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy it went to like
things
you like
things like
cartoons.
Adventure Time and Steven Universe. Like people that aren't into shows like that would see shows like that and be like, those are kids shows. Why are you wasting your time? Like those are, intended for babies. You're an adult. You should be watching serious, dramatic content. No, those shows are fucking incredible. Why did I just self-censor myself?
Just
Shows
beat
are
yourself.
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I did. I actually under-breathed that
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah.
did, yeah.
It's impressive,
Wow.
actually.
And so certainly some things in that kind of vein. Like I watched every episode of Adventure Time probably 3 times by now. I have not gone
So-
back and watched Steven Universe again, but like
Well, now, where does the guilt come in?
I think it's just because it's other people's perceptions of
Yeah?
that kind of content. Like, there's certain people that you will talk to And they don't get it because that's not a thing that they've ever been interested in, and they think that it's juvenile or puerile or adolescent or something, and there's certain like judgment, and you're like, I don't want to be judged. I just want to like the things I like.
Totally the judgment. It's like I was prepping for the show, and by prepping I mean like I Googled guilty pleasure and that was it. But anyways, you know,
And the shipment arrives on Tuesday.
like I don't have any guilty pleasures anymore. They're just pleasures. But
Right? Yeah.
But the guilt part does come from the thing you can't control is like what that person might think about me. Like who gives a flying flip? Like it doesn't matter. They're not guilty pleasures anymore. I'll watch The Damn Bachelor if I want to, and I'll follow all of them on Instagram for 6 months and then wonder why I'm doing it and delete them all.
Yeah.
But you know what? Who cares?
And there's certain like films that like I know they're not good, but I've watched them like way more times than the amount of good that they are because like they resonate with me or they have like a certain nostalgic connection to like a moment.
You get some kind of there's
Like, I've
comfort or
watched-
Yeah.
nostalgia.
I watched Neil Gaiman's Stardust. Ever seen that one?
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good movie, but I've
Nope.
probably watched it like 10 times because like
10,
anytime
double
I
digits,
feel like
man.
really bad in life, for some reason that movie cheers me up.
Huh.
And then also Disney's John Carter of Mars.
Oh my.
Terrible movie. Appallingly bad movie.
Never even heard of it.
I've watched it like 5 times. I don't know what it is.
I don't think
put
it's
that movie
that
on.
bad. It's not great.
It's not good. It's not good. Like if I talked to Ben about that movie, Ben would give me so much shit. He'd be like, "That's garbage. You're a garbage person for watching garbage content."
There are several people in chat who support your Stardust. Opinions.
What about Mark, John Carpenter of Mars?
Carter of Mars.
John Carter.
That would be a good movie. John Carpenter of Mars would be a
It's just
good
horror movies about Earth.
Yeah.
The Earthlings are coming.
Oh, dirt.
Actually, that's a good premise for a horror movie.
It's like reverse. Wait, what was the Will Smith one where he's I Am Legend?
Oh.
Where he's like, he is the monster. That book
yeah.
was great. That movie was also garbage.
Yeah.
True.
I
Have you ever
would
seen a
say-
Mega Man? What,
Yes.
like the original of that? Yeah.
James.
Friends is a guilty pleasure.
The
And it's-
original is actually a Vincent Price movie that was then made into a Mega Man.
Oh.
I don't remember the name. I will look this up.
I would say on the
Wait, wait,
subject
wait.
of Friends, like
Friends, yeah.
I don't know about that one, because like
Wait, what?
who doesn't like Friends, and who's gonna judge you for liking
No,
Friends?
I
That's,
judge
like, one of the
myself.
most
It's-
dominant cultural phenomena
I
of
know.
like the
Like,
90s.
But it's judged harshly now.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
because there's this
translate.
like horrible thing happening where unless stuff comes from long enough ago, it's judged by today's standards. And
Yeah.
that one's so recent. I mean, it's the 90s, which
Right.
feels like it was less
Everyone's
than it
straight,
is.
Everyone's white.
Yeah,
You know,
but like
they
you-
don't
I-
have particularly good jobs. But
I
they have,
rewatched
like,
it recently.
$1 apartment.
a couple of years ago, and it doesn't hold up by today's standards. But those were the standards at the time.
Yeah,
And
like Santa Claus used to smoke. All good. Things change. You know?
wait, sorry, what? Santa Claus used to smoke?
Yeah, like Santa
Back in the
Clauses
day.
in malls used to smoke. Like
Oh, in
you know,
malls.
it's-
Yeah, I
it
mean everyone
changes.
was smoking.
You know, it's a standard of things that have changed. Like, would a Santa Claus today smoke? No, because then kids would be like,
Vape.
I want to smoke. Yeah, he vapes. He vapes on his lunch break
And
for
it's
sure.
Coca-Cola flavored.
Santa vaping. He's just blowing rings. They turn into reindeer.
The Last Man on Earth,
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
1964 Vincent Price movie, based on the novel I Am Legend, which is 1954.
Oh,
Sweet, sweet facts.
crazy.
I know that because I have one of those like DVD packages where it was like $10 and there's 30 movies on it that you've never heard of. Well, that one's
Remember when
on
they
there.
had those for Super Nintendo? You could get those cartridges that were like bootleg cartridges that had like 10 games on them. Remember that? Anybody? Such a
Not the bootleg one, but All Stars. Oh, love.
What
We
about,
had
what
a-
about you guys? What are some of your guilty
I
pleasures?
wrote down a few of mine. I definitely included dice, like buying D&D dice.
That's
You
a
have a
guilty
dice
pleasure.
problem.
I have a dice problem.
How many dice do you have, Roz? How many
Not
dice does
account
Roz
for the
have?
number.
now?
Dice sets.
How many dice?
You got to measure it in pounds.
Oh shit! Oh, wow.
I know that it's a guilty pleasure because occasionally I'll be like, Matt, I'm playing a new game and I need to order dice. And he'd be like, but no, you don't. You have lots of dice. And I'm like, no, people are coming who've never played before. And he's like, then give them some of the dice You have. And I was like, I can't give away my dice. He's like, they're unopened bags of dice right here.
Lie. I have never told you shouldn't get more dice.
I hear your voice in my head when I'm hitting go on the Amazon order for
supportive
Like, do
of
you have
more
like,
dice.
do you have dice for like family, dice for when the queen comes over, dice for like,
yes.
So is the voice of guilt in your head Matt's voice?
When I'm hitting go on the Amazon order for 16 bags of dice, yes.
Okay.
That's a good question, just in general. The voice of guilt in your head, whose is it?
my mom.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry,
I'd
mom.
say my own.
Love you.
Your own?
Yeah.
It's not like society's voice?
Or like the
sound like?
mean kid at high school. Sorry, Lindsay.
Wait a minute. Sorry, did you just say the
That
mean kid at high
jerk.
school?
And then name her? No, I'm just she's great. I'm sorry, I love you. She's not watching this.
No?
She's very cool. I'm not cool.
So funny if she was in the chat right now.
Yeah,
High
imagine.
school bully is like cyber stalking you by watching Filthy Talk.
I actually wrote down that as one thing that people say they have a guilty pleasure in it, and it's that creeping Facebook.
Oh.
You know, that you could just be like, oh, I'm just gonna look up all my exes and then what they're doing now and who are they in photos with, and they went to the beach with that person. Oh. You have it? Do you creep any social media?
No, never been a thing.
I don't really creep social media. No. That's just messing with your own mental health. So I don't do that. I know it's a possibility. I might have like recently after getting dumped, but not like long term. That's just a bad.
That is something you do real late at
Not
night.
even like Facebook friends or anything with like any of my exes. I may be a bit of an oddball in that like I have not maintained contact with a single person I used to date ever in my
I think that's actually, I mean, in my opinion, that's more common. Until I started dating Ash, I had never had to interact with someone else's exes like crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, girl.
I'm now friends with like 5 different dudes that she used to date.
And is
They're all
there
really
cool. Like
cool.
you have to like fight them?
you.
No,
like a Scott Pilgrim versus the world type situation.
no,
going
it's
on.
totally not Scott Pilgrim. It's like they're just homies.
You should
Good job,
you
Ash.
should start a band with them called Ash's Exes.
Nico Case and all her ex-boyfriends. It's already a band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's great.
What about like food? Would we consider food guilty pleasures?
I like
McDonald's.
to eat. Oh, McDonald's. That's
Love it.
Yeah.
I have not eaten
love it.
McDonald's since 2004 in Tokyo.
Oh.
I had a weird ass tempura shrimp burger, and like Japanese McDonald's is not the same as North American McDonald's. It was clean, it was nice, the people smelled good, and they were personable and happy, and the food was good.
Our McDonald's is on Pender and Abbott, so like it's
Nope.
the East Hastings
None
McDonald's.
of those things.
I actually,
It is adventure to
I
go
actually
there.
kind of have one. I kind of have one worse, which is Church's Chicken, which not from Vancouver, is like the greasiest,
Yeah, it's
most
grease the chicken.
disgusting fried chicken you will have ever experienced.
I
in your
got
life.
very drunk a couple years back,
Yeah.
quite a few years back, maybe like 7 years ago, and had Church's Chicken and swore it off for the rest of my life.
Both places, the last 2 places I lived, my current house and my last house, were within like 2 blocks of a Church's Chicken.
My last house was too, and I
3 or
did not go
4
there.
times in the last like 4 or 5
I've
years.
never
It's
had
like
it.
once a year or so. If I'm like real drunk coming home from somewhere, I will get like a 5-piece chicken tenders and just ugly eat it on the street on my way home.
Ugly eating.
Yeah.
Like food guilt is gone for me. I eat what I want to eat, but I'm gluten intolerant, so like I do have a guilty pleasure in that.
That's real guilt, though.
I will suffer.
Yeah.
Like I'll be guilty when I'm like I'm having a Guinness on St. Patrick's Day. I'm doing it, and if I'm sick,
Right.
I'm sick. It has
Now,
to happen, right?
does-
Right, Sasha?
does the suffering kind of assuage the guilt?
No.
Because it's like you're paying your penance. What?
I just like the way you say that word. You pronounce all the letters.
I did.
I like it.
Please continue.
Assuage.
Yeah. I wrote down raw batter. Oh. Raw batter.
Oh,
What the
you said raw batteries?
It's
And I was
guilty
like,
because you're a
raw these
scientist. You know
batteries?
it's bad, but it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Raw cookie dough, sure. But like
yeah.
raw batter?
Heck
That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Cake batter.
what
Cake
kind of
batter, muffin batter.
I honestly, I think that the thing that like
Okay,
raw
that's true. I
eggs are
always
bad
lick
for
the
you is a bit of a
beaters.
conspiracy.
Beaters.
Like your chances of getting salmonella from a raw egg are actually really, really, really low.
That's not true. Matt, chances of getting salmonella from an egg.
Without looking up the actual stats, I'm pretty sure it's different between North America and Europe because in Europe they don't
Refrigerate?
wash. They don't refrigerate them because they're not washed before they go. So they actually have a protective coating on them, which is stripped off here when they wash it, and that's why we have to refrigerate it. But because theirs are unwashed, they're more likely to be contaminated with something, so you need to take care. Is my guess. I haven't looked this up.
Okay.
That makes
'cause
sense, though.
I was watching a podcast that was talking about that they were astounded because they just saw recent stats of salmonella from raw eggs and that it was actually quite high.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of raw eggs in my life.
Why?
Like back in the day when I was like first getting into like fitness.
Did you watch Rocky?
It was like, oh, like if you're like trying to get strong, you just like you put raw eggs in a cup and you drink them.
You watched Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watched Rocky and you were like, I'm gonna be like him.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink some raw eggs. I'm gonna get swole. Like
That's
What
a
about-
wow.
Wow. What about the songs that you put on repeat in the car, but only when you're alone?
Oh, that's where the guilt comes. It's music. None of the watching stuff, whatever. But
I have-
Matt and I had a little debrief about this. It is the music that is the guilt. And it's like, I was in a little art band in Ottawa. I don't want to say little because they're like 11 piece, like art, like really great band. And they were all such like amazing musicians and really, I love you guys, but a little bit art snobby in some ways. So I would never want to admit that I very much love Miley Cyrus. I flippin' love Miley Cyrus.
Oh.
But I would listen to that by myself and like know every lyric and sing every song and but I also like cool music too. I like everything. But yeah, I think music is the guilty pleasure.
Huh.
Definitely Miley.
I'd say like 99% of the songs I've heard in the last like 15 years I've only heard once. I don't really listen to music over again.
But you don't when you're in the
Really?
Yeah.
in the car or you're at home, you don't put something on just on.
Nope.
I just feel like I am. You know what?
I have like
that
a
Adele
really
song just like 60 times, and I
Strange
don't
relationship
care.
with music, whereas like I don't have Spotify or Pandora or any of the other things. I am one of the like 7 people in the world that pays money for SoundCloud. And once a week or so on average, I subscribe to like 2,000 different artists on SoundCloud. And I will go through my feed of like all of the most recent music that those artists have published. And I will repost the songs that I like. And those basically are my playlist for the next week. And I've like scanned them. Like I just listened to like little bits of each one of the songs like really fast to tell if I kind of like it or not. And it goes in my playlist. And then I listen to that playlist like through for that week. And then the next week I move on to the next one.
That's
And I may never hear any of those songs
freaking
ever again.
bizarre.
Yeah, it's
And,
super
I mean,
weird.
very interesting.
It's a very different pattern.
Yeah.
I feel like armchair psychologist mind blown right now. What? One time, it's like, isn't it the mere exposure factor of like the repetition that makes you love songs and feel warmth and nostalgic?
I really like,
Eh.
I like hearing sounds that I haven't heard before. I'm like, I don't honestly feel that kind of like nostalgia. Like there's certain albums, but like I don't have like Spotify or something, so I don't really have a way to go back and listen to them too.
Are there any
what I'm
bands
getting
that
at.
you would listen to when Ash wasn't there because you don't want her to know?
No, there's nothing that I would try to hide. Not anymore. As I've grown up as a human, I stopped caring what people think as much. There was other things that like people. One of the things, like I had trouble thinking of what are my guilty pleasures. I figured out some, but something that used to be and is no longer guilty, as you were saying, is and it is
Miley
reality
Cyrus?
TV, although it's not really.
It's Miley
no.
Cyrus, right?
No. James was saying that I don't like the guilt isn't there anymore. It's just pleasures.
Yep.
Because I stopped giving a shit.
Yeah.
Survivor. I love Survivor. Survivor is fantastic, and it was like the original thing that was dubbed reality TV, but it's not reality. These people are playing a really advanced, really committed game show. And it's the craziest social experiment, and it's so much fun to watch. The like weird manipulation of people trying to lie to each other on an island while starving. It's fucking just so fascinating. I love it. I love to play it. I love it so much, and I feel no shame about it. And I've had people be like, "You watch Survivor?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Do they say it like that?
So, yeah, legit, the exact same voice.
I
They
watched
always put that on.
One quasi-reality TV show, The Curse of Oak Island.
Sorry, what? Curse or poke?
The Curse of Oak Island. If nobody's ever heard of Oak Island, it's an island in Nova Scotia that like may or may not have like 400-year-old buried treasure like 200 feet under the ground. It's the craziest place. It's basically like there's this pit on this island that people have been looking for treasure in for like 250 years. And generation after generation of people have come there and gone broke looking for this treasure. And now the treasure is basically the reality TV show that they've made along the way.
Oh.
And it is the worst, most boring, pointless show in the fucking world because they've never found anything. And every episode it's like, we found an old rusty screw in the dirt and we're gonna stretch that out into an hour of TV.
Oh my.
How much of this have you watched?
But the thing is again, like I have weird media consumption habits. I download the episodes and I watch like a 40-minute episode in about 5 minutes.
Huh?
Because I just fast forward until something interesting happens, and something interesting almost never happens.
Why do you stick with it?
He just likes to fast forward.
At some point they might find treasure, and I want to be there for that.
Just wait till it gets announced.
I want to feel like I've been there for the ride. Like I
Okay,
was on the
that's
journey
fair.
with them. Like admittedly, like a much more compressed version of the journey because they take way too long. But
You haven't shared any of yours.
I
You
have.
said you made a
So
list.
what I actually finally figured out, because I was like, I don't really feel guilt about this kind of stuff, and I was trying to keep it specific to not like foods and stuff, but something that you watch on the internet. And I think the thing that I talk about a bit, but I don't talk about much, is I love rabbit holes of conspiracy theories. I find them super entertaining. They're fun to talk about if someone's like, do you know about, then it's like someone else knows about the thing and you're like, oh, and you're like, yeah, isn't it nuts that like they think that this and this and this? Like, I like going down those weird rabbit holes. Like I remember watching one with Livingston where we were watching YouTube videos about this guy who's like, he used to be like a respected scientist and historian, and he's proving things. He's got evidence. I didn't like ever look at anything to rebut it. I just was like, I'm gonna listen to his side of the story and be like, well, isn't that fun? But he's claiming that like the pyramids used to be coated in, I can't remember if it was gold or not, but that they were channeling energy into the sky, and that the Egyptians had
they're
like,
pumping water underneath.
Why are you
them,
nodding
and it was
your head?
Creating harmonic resonance.
I've heard that one a lot.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
I love conspiracy theories.
oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
If you treat them like fiction.
Or possibility. I see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't
Like if you
write
treat
it
them
off
like
as
fiction that you're open-minded to have having become real.
Like maybe.
But certain people go into it like this is real.
Yes.
From the get-go.
And that's just dangerous.
It's crazy. Another one of mine actually I just thought of, and we've talked about this, but it's actually interesting, and she's not watching right now, but my girlfriend has no idea that I'm into this at all.
Oh,
MMA.
juicy.
Like,
MMA.
I'm a fight fan. I've watched basically
Oh.
every UFC event for the last, 4 years. You
Wait,
know, like,
she still doesn't know?
I don't think she really knows.
Whoa.
She's like really not into like violence or like combat sports or anything else like that.
Huh.
So it's like just very much something I've kind of compartmentalized.
Where do
Like,
you,
I don't really-
how do you watch? They're long events. How do you?
He downloads them and he watches them later and just fast forwards until something
it's
exciting
a
happens.
3-hour event. Watches
Literally exactly that.
I mean, yeah, I'm. That's certainly something I'm not guilty of at all. Like I thought about that, and I was like, because I'm not a sports jock
It's not
kind of
even
guy.
guilt. It's just that like we don't talk about it because it's not something that she gets or cares about.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know? So.
But it's different between not being able to relate to someone about a thing versus
Keeping a
feeling fully
secret.
guilty about it.
Oh, 1-1. Sorry. Guilty
Oh,
pleasures.
Oh, did you just check the score?
Yeah, Ben was supposed to tell Matt to tell me what the score was. It's tied. My guilty pleasure is like all over my chest in Vancouver. I'm super committed to this.
It must
this
suck to be
year.
a Maple Leafs fan.
It does, but it's hereditary.
Speaking of conspiracy theories,
He has a great conspiracy.
James and I were talking about earlier is I am
Word.
of a firm conviction that there is a conspiracy perpetuated by the NHL League office to ensure that a Canadian team never again wins the Stanley Cup.
This is why,
The
Dad.
Canadian team hasn't won since 1992, and based on the number of Canadian teams in the league and based on the budgets of the Canadian teams, 'cause
Yep.
they're some of the biggest market teams in the league, it's a nigh unto statistical impossibility that no Canadian team has won since 92.
I have seen game. I mean, that's why there were riots.
I think the way the divisions and the conferences are organized is directly to the detriment of Canadian teams.
Yeah.
I think the way the officiating goes
I've
is
seen some
sometimes to the
refereeing
detriment of Canadian teams.
Yeah.
And like ultimately it comes down to money because Canadian fans, case in point, right here.
Never won a
they'll
cup in
keep
my
watching
lifetime. I'm like,
no matter what.
Yes.
Their team can lose and lose and lose.
But
and
hockey's not
lose,
big in America.
and they'll keep tuning in.
I'm a Sens fan.
American fans, if their team doesn't win, they lose interest like that. You know, if the Vegas Knights or the,
yeah, where the fuck?
I don't
did
know,
they-
American
Who
Land
puts
Hockey
an ice
Club.
hockey team in Vegas?
There
Charges
is,
like
and they won
$900
the
a
Stanley
ticket.
Cup.
But why did that happen?
Ay,
There are 2 hockey teams in Florida.
Yeah.
Although apparently most of their fan
Canadians,
base is
Yeah,
Canadian.
that's fair.
That's
What?
true.
Yeah, of the Floridian hockey teams, most of their fan base is Canadians.
Oh.
Oh yeah, when you go to visit, you can get really cheap tickets.
I mean, your
like-
family goes to see. Well, they go because your cousin plays, but like, you know, yeah.
Your cousin plays hockey professionally?
Yeah, he's one of the goalies for the Panthers.
What? No way.
Yeah.
The guy I went to school with, I think he played for the Panthers. I can't remember his last name right now, but I had a huge crush on him. Jeremy something, wherever you are, I love you.
Actually, sorry. This makes me think of something that I wanted to that I almost made the whole episode about, but something I want to touch on and talk about is, so nowadays anybody with a camera, I mean, you can even just use your phone to do it. But if you have a phone, you have a computer, you have a camera, you can basically become a celebrity. And thinking of things like it seems outrageous because there used to be sports like athletes that like seem like superhumans, but like it's your cousin. Wow, that's mind blowing. But now celebrity does it seem discounted? Does it mean less because it's just more available? Like you can do nothing. You can be just someone who sits there and talks to a camera, and suddenly like celebrity has shifted drastically.
But you got to be good at talking to that camera.
True.
Like 1 million people talking to cameras on YouTube, and like a handful of them make it. Like
That's true.
I think part of it is that there is still a somewhat tiered system to celebrity. Like a social media celebrity, you know, your Charlie D'Amato's or, you know, whoever else is of the world, like they may have massive audiences. They may generate substantial revenue from the content that they produce and publish, but they're not hooked into that like celebrity system that like feeds into the broader media machine that's like constantly pushing these people in all of these different places.
True.
You know, like you don't hear about Charlie D'Amato, you know, on your local broadcast TV news, you know, or in your local paper or whatever. But
I've
they're
never
gonna
even
have
heard
a
of him.
I know, I'm like Charlie Sheen.
She's a Charlie D'Amato. She's like a massive
I didn't even know.
TikTok star. One of the like breakout stars of TikTok. She has like 50 million followers and started when she was like 15 years old or something, just making silly goof off dance videos
Well,
or whatever.
we were talking this week about the Twitch hot tub controversy.
Oh yeah.
Because like that's another thing where you can get a lot of people to watch you on Twitch, which is, you know, supposed to be about. There's the just chatting category, sure, but you're not supposed to wear, you know, super risque clothing and that kind of thing, because the site can be searched by anybody, families, kids,
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, they do have some conduct rules. You know, they have terms of service, but they have a lot of people who they're playing video games still, but they're ladies in bikinis.
Yep.
And the biggest one that we were talking about, Amaranth, they recently have demonetized her channel
She got demonetized?
Yeah.
When?
just this week.
Oh my God.
So, and you know that what she was posting about is that she was upset, not just because, you know, that happened, but the way that she found out about it was just by going into her own video statistics. They didn't send her a message telling her that was going to happen.
Yeah.
They just did it.
Oh.
And saying like, presumably for some reason, and I think, and other streamers are like, you know, don't be upset with her necessarily because she puts on a bikini and plays Mario Kart in a hot tub. Be upset that Twitch has terribly unclear terms of service.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
fair.
it's like she's technically not doing anything wrong.
I also know that like
but they're
Twitch is-
also penalizing her for it.
Twitch is like one of those companies that's like they've grown faster than they've been able to scale their operations, and like some of the other platforms will have like, you know, partner engagement teams or something like that.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
that are basically dedicated resources that hold these people's hands and help them, create and monetize content on their platform. And I don't think Twitch has a super
don't think
strong
so?
team in that
I have no idea.
area yet.
I mean,
they
maybe
have
they do.
some of it, but I don't think that they have enough of it for how many breakout stars are appearing on the platform. But to go back to something I was saying a second ago, though, I think the tiered system of celebrity is starting to change and break down, though, because you're starting to see more and more people from, the Hollywood, New York, London media system plug social media stars and influencers into mainstream content. You have the Lily Singhs of the world who broke out on YouTube making silly goof-off comedy videos about teenage life experiences and now hosts like a network TV show. And they're trying to cast movies with social media celebrities and Instagram and TikTok influencers.
And what a great
stuff.
opportunity is that, to get famous in the small thing that you do in your on your platform. Matt and I really like to follow this. Oh, Matt, find out her name. She plays the hurdy-gurdy.
Ooh,
Patty
the
Gurdy.
instrument.
Yeah, Patty Gurdy. Well, there you go. Yeah, interesting instrument. But people found her, and then she plays it on Carnival Row. They heard her music and were like, "Oh, you'd fit perfect for our show."
Yeah.
And then contacted her. It's crazy.
Wow.
She got to write a song for it.
Yeah.
One of the themes for a character.
Oh, cool.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
I think they're the gate, the opening to being a celebrity is not as guarded, and there's no moat full of sharks.
Oh, people just punched holes in the sides of the fences.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh crap, they're in here. What do we do? Like you were talking about that they don't have the machine, the infrastructure behind them that traditional media, TV and film and music.
I still don't think
has
the machine
curated.
has figured out yet how best to utilize these people, though. Because to come back to the example of Lily Singh, that show is struggling. It's floundering. I've tried to watch it, and it's not good because they took a person who was a YouTube, short, funny video maker and put them into a traditional stand-up comic context.
Stand-up?
Well, she does every episode. She does a however long it is intro monologue.
Oh.
She's never worked comedy club after comedy club, practicing her timing and her delivery, and learning how to tell jokes professionally. They just took somebody that made funny videos and were like, "Oh, you've made funny content, so you must be a good stand-up comedian." They didn't try to go, "Hey, instead of just making a standard late-night TV show, let's make a late-night TV show that best utilizes your specific skills and talents." They just tried to plug her directly into the existing machine. I think the machine needs to change and mold itself a little bit so that when you plug these people in, it's not round hole into square peg into round hole. It's round
Oh my
peg
God.
into round hole. Yeah. That's
Sorry, I just square peg and round hole. There's a really funny TikTok that Ash showed me of a guy that's and here's a square, and he's got one of those kid toys.
Oh yeah, and he just puts the same one in every
Everything
hole.
goes in the square hole. Oh,
Hack.
it's really funny.
Speaking of jokes, didn't you bring a joke today?
Oh, fuck, my moment passed.
Oh,
I was
man.
I love, obviously my guilty pleasure. Yo, ladies in your 30s, shout out. I'm growing a playoff beard, but I didn't pluck any of my stray hair. Anyways, it sucks. It's over. The moment's passed. I have a playoff beard. The Leafs are going to win the cup. I'm 37 years old, and it's time. That was my joke, and I'm sorry that I
Don't count on
yelled and pounded the
Count
table.
on it. There's a
All Don Cherry up in here.
It's all good.
League's trying to hold the Canadian teams down. It's never going to happen.
It's never gonna happen.
I really
Gonna
like
happen.
that. I feel like that's almost a bit. That was you can work that into a tight five real easy.
Yeah.
Well,
Do it.
speaking of my introduction there, I honestly thought that this may sound bad, so this may also be a guilty pleasure. I thought that Don Cherry was my grandfather until I was 5 years old.
Whoa.
I'll show you pictures. I shit you not. They were identical in the late 80s and the early 90s. Don Cherry got oranger and my grandpa got older. But I honestly
See Hockey Night in Canada, you'd be like, Grandpa!
I did. It
Why is he
didn't
so
have
angry? Why does he talk like this whenever he's on TV?
He's a good Ontario boy out there, okay? Doing his best, getting 110%. I miss my family so much, I feel like. I just want to watch Hockey Night in Canada with my family. What's the score?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I definitely have a playoff beard. I'm 3 white hairs strong.
Oh wow.
Very brisk, very sharp. Hair and makeup did not catch those.
You're
Well,
wearing
you
a
had the
mask.
mask on, so
I had a
hard to.
Okay,
would've asked
I didn't do much prep today for whatever reason. There was other
We're
stuff
having
going
fun.
on.
That's all that matters, Trav.
Have you ever had something you're secretly into? So, like, I mean, you have this potential now. Come to the light and have strange effects, either positive or negative, in your life.
Oh goodness. Oh wow.
It hasn't happened to me, so I'm curious. I can't just pick that up and be like, hey, because this happened to me.
I wouldn't say so much like come to light, but it influenced some life choices and changes, I think. Because, like, I thought I was going to be a stockbroker when I was like 14 years old. Like, my parents were like total like West Coast hippies, and I kind of rebelled against that. Like, I watched probably 2 hours of CNBC a day when I was 14 years old.
Nerd.
Yeah. And so like I had this whole like very corporate life path sort of planned out for myself. And then I got really into electronic music and festival culture and raves and stuff like that. And then out of university, I got a job at like TELUS in this like leadership development program. And it was like, you're on the fast track to like management success. And I thought that was exactly what I wanted. But my experience in sort of broadly what you could characterize as counterculture in the 21st century really quickly taught me this is not the place for me. And that really sort of informed and helped me make the life choice to just get the fuck out of town and do something different.
I mean, that works. That's really interesting. Like having something that is sort of a side interest or hobby or like just something you're doing but didn't think it was career or
Because what happened
that's cool.
2 years in a row when I worked at TELUS, I went to Shambhala Music Festival, which is a big, crazy electronic music festival here in BC, and I could not tell anybody I worked with that I was going to this event. I had to lie to them and say that I was going to like a family reunion and I was like camping and stuff because I could not figure out how to explain to my like hyper-normative, super corpo-conservative coworkers and bosses that I was going to some big, crazy, drug-filled electronic music festival in the Kootenays. You know, like I didn't know how to make like the person that I was fit the person that I portrayed in the work context.
Oh.
Dissonance.
That's a whole nother episode.
I relate to that so much. I think we should talk about that
think that's
another.
something
How we
we
ended up
definitely have
here.
very much in
Let's
common.
talk about that.
Oh, that's an interesting story.
That would be a good episode.
Do you have one? Do you have anything?
Oh, the like coming to light. Yeah. So like the start of the pandemic.
Oh, you do have one.
The
Sweet.
biggest. No, I'm gonna come clean.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
The biggest thing that I missed was karaoke at Numbers on Davie Street.
Oh. Me too.
So,
I mean, that's not the
and
biggest thing
I think karaoke maybe is a bit of a guilty pleasure because I'm like, I'm such a singer. It's so amazing. Everyone loves me. I sing barefoot. I'm so cool. But I got the app Smule.
What? Sorry, what?
Smule.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Join me. I have like 700 songs in a year. It's bad. It is
What is it?
absolutely my guilty pleasure. Smule. It is an
I've never
online
heard of it.
karaoke app. It is global. It is like probably the
do
last
duets?
positive social media platform. People are so kind, so lovely. Like it's a karaoke bar digitally. It's like everyone loves each other. It's amazing. It's like all the YMCA. It's just glorious. Anyways, so it is my guilty pleasure. Like when my partner comes home and he walks in the door, sometimes he'll scare me and I'm like in the middle of blasting out a Miley tune. Go whale. And I get so embarrassed, like my whole body goes red. I live with this man, I love this man, I'm gonna marry this man, and I am embarrassed that he hears me singing, especially with the backtracks are in my headphones, right? So this has been my guilty pleasure, and when it's like kind of come to light, I starting to share videos and stuff, and it's like, whatever, it's not good, but I love, 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 love karaoke, and I lost my train of thought, but Smule rocks. If y'all aren't on Smule, it is like a positive place. It is a karaoke and like community of people that just support each other and love each other, even when you're off tune and you suck eggs, or you've had like 7 bottles of wine and you're like, I can sing Florence in the Machine tonight. Hey!
And you don't have to put up with any of the like close talkers.
No
They're
close
like,
talkers,
yeah.
no spit.
Yeah.
You know, there's no waiting in line. You don't have to put your song in the queue and listen to Garth Brooks 75 times, which I also love. I love Garth Brooks. But no,
I
it
don't.
was Yeah. Smule is my guilty pleasure. When I work from home, full disclosure, every break I take, even at lunch, I sing. It is the greatest stress relief.
This is incredible. We're
I
learning
know.
so much today.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm glad I asked this question.
It is my favorite. I have sent a few people that work here a few songs that I had done that are over the top. One of the old guilty pleasures is that I have, like, I was Annie and Annie when I was 11. I have it on vinyl. I listen to it when I'm singing. I know every lyric to every song in the musical Annie. I still sing it today. And I did a I would say like a half a bottle of Merlot in and a couple of joints in Little Girls. Like, I want to be Miss Hannigan. If there's any like local theater groups casting for Miss Hannigan, I'm 37 and I don't have kids.
I feel like we need to
I love
just
it.
for this like random karaoke app that I've never heard. I feel like we need to do like a high production, like just one song for James so she can post it on this platform and just blow everybody's fucking mind.
I will sing Little Girls on this stage.
Wait, is it? It's a live thing. I think you showed it to me like a year ago.
Is it live
Still
or
going.
can you like pre-record stuff or how does it work?
You can do live songs, you can pre-record, you can open. It's called
Okay, you-
open. If you sing your parts and then you open it and then people can join you and anyone can join you. I've sung with people from like the Netherlands. I have friends all over the world. I have people in the US who are my friends now. Upstate New York, I got a buddy, what's his name? David, if you were watching this, like you've become like one of my friends and all we do is sing and share things together and it's a really beautiful part of the world that is a little bit like untapped. There's some creepers.
Lovely.
But it's, you know.
When we get out of the pandemic, numbers.
Numbers.
We're going, because that's my favorite place to do karaoke.
It is my favorite place
Also,
on
just
earth.
karaoke at the lot.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
we'll do that again.
I'm organized. What? Nothing.
Okay.
The first night I met Chris, was it your birthday party at your old house on 41st Ave?
Okay.
I thought for a long time it was Chris, but it wasn't Chris. It was you and some other dude just would not stop singing
Show tunes. Yeah, that was
entire night.
That was Tate. It was
That was
me
the
and
first night I
Tate.
met Noor too.
We were what?
That was the first night I met Noor as well.
Oh right. No, me and Tate were singing the soundtrack to Newsies.
So
Trevor
much.
is an amazing singer, by the way.
So much.
And see.
Does the-
Whoa, we don't have the
Trevor
rights
was
to
in a
any of that.
band.
But anyway, you prepped a thing.
I like to play games.
Yay!
I like to force people to play my games.
Yay!
I know.
Mandatory
Matt,
fun.
don't shake your head. You love games.
Mandatory
he doesn't
fun.
love games.
Mandatory fun.
He doesn't like
Mandatory
games.
fun.
Yeah. I put
Mandatory
the,
fun is Roz's middle names.
Right. Roz, mandatory fun.
Yay.
Okay, yeah.
that.
Okay,
Okay, what are we doing?
so we are going to say movie titles. We're going to go back and forth. And you guys are going to tell us if watching this movie is a guilty pleasure or it is just proud, good times fun.
Oh my God, what's the score though? Okay, but yeah.
Score is whoever Matt says wins. Unless Matt, you can monitor
No,
the
she
chat.
meant the game, the hockey
I think she
game.
meant in the hockey. Yeah.
No, we're not. We don't care about the hockey game. We don't
don't
care about
Hockey's
Roz's
not
mandatory.
important.
Fun
We
times game.
don't care about the hockey. We don't.
Okay,
care.
we don't care
wanna
about the
care over
Leafs.
there.
Is this speed round kind of thing?
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Always. Okay.
So we'll go like.
You
say
go
a thing,
first.
1, 2.
And then you guys are going to tell us if it's watching this movie is a guilty pleasure or it's just proud, good times fun.
Guilty
Guilty
or
or
good?
proud fan?
you go.
Dirty Dancing.
Never seen it.
Oh.
Neutral.
Oh.
Legally Blonde.
Never seen it.
Neutral.
Cruel Intentions.
Guilty pleasure. It was so good. I won't tell any more stories about that movie, but I got stories.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
good.
Don't think I've seen it again.
No.
Right.
Wow.
Con Air.
Never seen it.
Just a bad movie.
I do.
Okay, okay.
Jurassic
Air's
Park,
awesome.
The Lost World.
The
what?
Jurassic Park one?
The second one. That was the second one, right?
Yep.
T-Rex Downtown. That was fucking awesome.
Wait, no, Lost World is the third one,
I
right?
have nightmares about
Nope,
the
Lost
T-Rex
World's
eating
the
me off the
second
toilet
one.
still. I haven't seen the second one.
It's all right.
Lost World, the book, is better than the Jurassic Park, the book. Lost World, the movie, is just a big steaming pile of shit that shares about one scene with the book.
Yeah.
Some people forget is that Jurassic Park was a book.
I have no idea what's
they're
going on
good,
right now.
but-
That's okay. It's a game. And you're next.
I didn't hear your last one. Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, guilty pleasure.
I enjoyed it.
No, it's a good movie. Proud fan.
Crowd favorite. Love Actually.
Oh,
Good film. Good
like
film.
just the pleasure, all pleasure one.
Yeah.
Proud fan.
fan.
Euro Trip.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, Tom Green, Ottawa boy.
No, that's Road Trip.
Just kidding. Don't know what you're talking about.
I put Euro Trip because Matt loves that
I think
movie.
someone has to drive me home.
Yeah, Euro Trip.
The Fast and the Furious.
Never seen them.
Which one?
The Notebook.
All of them.
Good film.
First two bad. The other ones get awesome.
There was more notebooks?
No.
When I was just a quick interjection. When I was in high school, my friend
Only
Brian
saw one.
Tyler saw the first Fast and the Furious movie 17 times in theater.
I hate them already.
But aren't there 17 of them?
Dude, where's my car?
Ooh, good movie, cool tattoos. Yeah, good.
Kind of a bad movie.
Saw it once.
Roz still quotes that movie.
I love it.
Where's your car, dude?
Fucking love that movie.
What's
No
mine
and
say?
then.
No, and then
I think I'm gonna watch that tonight.
What's your movie?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I don't
Haven't seen
remember it. Heath Ledger? Don't remember.
That's a legit good movie.
The Karate Kid. Why is that on here? Great movie.
Good film.
Never seen it.
It's not great.
Never seen it.
Tried to get into Cobra Kai. It had me for like a season and then lost me.
Half Baked.
Great film.
Never seen it.
James.
Suck.
James.
I've never seen Half
so
Baked.
good.
No,
You
watch
gotta
that.
watch movies
this
Watch
weekend.
that tonight.
Armageddon.
Dude, where's
Guilty
my car?
pleasure.
Oh, that's.
Prefer Deep Impact.
Me too.
Hot take.
I like the soundtrack. I have it on.
Boondock Saints.
Great film.
Boondock
Great
Saints?
film.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
proud
incredible
fan.
film.
Proud
Super
fan.
proud
Proud
fan.
I haven't watched it since like high school, but I bloody loved it in high school.
amazing.
Now I suspect I wouldn't.
A little bit traumatizing, but really good. Yeah.
The Water Boy. Proud fan.
Adam Sandler was my list for like all the 90s, so yeah, proud fan.
I still watch most of his movies, but I haven't liked one since Billy Madison. So I don't know.
Punch
I don't
Drunk
love
Love
those.
is
Or not
actually
Billy-
a
Happy
great
Gilmore.
film.
That was
Happy
the last
Gilmore.
one.
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love is a great film.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but that's not because of Adam Sandler. That's P.T. Anderson made
Very
that.
well
good.
done.
Oh, these were your other questions. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, that's not a movie.
Okay,
Okay, what else
Mommy.
you got?
Great film.
Which?
Grease.
Oh, it's the word.
Did you say you played Annie?
Guilty pleasure. I can sing all the Grease songs too.
No, but did you say you played Annie?
Yeah.
I was Danny Zuko.
Yeah. No, Annie.
What?
Annie,
Little
like
orphan
little orphan Annie.
No, I know, but I'm saying that she said Grease, and I said I played. I'm trying to bring things together and
Oh, I
reference what
see.
you were talking
Oh,
about.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I thought you were like, I was Daddy Warbucks, but his name was Danny Zuko.
No. I'm saying I played Danny Zuko, and she said Grease.
That's a weird movie. My last one is Ghost.
Oh, guilty pleasure. I've been trying to watch. Get Scott to watch that movie.
You have to like it for it to be guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Actually, I like
right.
the scenes when the dude in the subway is trying to teach him how to touch stuff.
Yeah, that part
And to
was
like
fun.
focus and like, that stuff was cool. The rest of it, I don't care about.
Does anybody even remember that movie other than the pottery scene?
There's the pottery scene.
No, I remember it.
This
The
is the shit
corrupt
in the
banker
subway.
guy.
I just proved that.
the Demi Moore's like brilliant pixie cut that basically
Yeah.
made everyone want to shave their heads.
And
good in that.
and
Babe.
Whoopi Goldberg as a psychic
Oh, she was.
that can see ghosts.
Cheese on Toast, great movie though.
Wow.
What?
So I was like, no one's gonna say anything about that movie. I was wrong. So wrong.
It's not a good movie though. It's not. I can't be a guilty pleasure. I'm also not a proud fan. But Dirty Dancing, guilty pleasure.
Yeah, guilty pleasure.
I was so disappointed when I finally watched that movie and realized that nobody puts baby in a corner is literally just referring to nobody puts her in a corner. Like, don't sit her over there. I was like, what?
I remember
Like,
people
I thought
talking
this was
about
like
it.
some awesome metaphor.
It was,
like,
yeah.
but
nobody was also
literally-
that.
No, that movie sucked, and like nobody writing that movie was smart enough to be legitimately doing that as a metaphor.
Yes, they did. That was the meaning of the
I remember
movie.
people talking. Okay, here's a
The
weird
friggin'
story.
song from that movie, the movie's set in the 50s, and it's the most 80s goddamn song of all time.
The fashion still holds.
That's
But like,
a solid point.
people,
Was
I
that movie
remember. I
set
have
in
a
the
memory
50s?
of being in junior kindergarten. And
The rest
people,
of the soundtrack, or it's 60s.
What?
Like Be My Baby by the Ronettes.
I thought it was the 80s.
Nope.
They all look
You
so
think
80s.
it's the 80s because that's the song that was written for it.
But it had
is not.
synthesizers in it. Okay.
Yeah.
I straight up remember kids, honestly. I was like, there was Elmer's glue on the table. I was 4 years old, junior kindergarten, Gananoque, Ontario, and people were talking, the older kids were talking about Dirty Dancing. And I was like, ooh. Like, I just wanted to watch it so bad because I thought it was going to be so risque. And then I remember watching it and being like, there's nothing dirty about this shit. This isn't exciting.
We had
This
to
isn't
watch
bad.
it a lot, both me and my brother, because my mom had the biggest thing for Patrick Swayze. So it was just on in our house all the time. It's like, I want to watch cartoons.
He was
It's like,
pretty much like
no.
peak 80s stud.
What?
He was peak 80s stud.
Oh yeah.
Like Swayze
yeah.
in the 80s. Like
Yeah, and you know he's like shirtless on a log in that movie, dancing. Like, yeah, I get
That
it.
log stuff
Sure.
was cool. Being in North Van, I want to log it up for sure. Every time I see a tree fall over, I'm like, I'm gonna dance on that.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, we've reached our time,
That was
sadly.
the best time I've ever had.
I know it's so easy, and it just goes by so quickly.
Before we wrap up,
yes.
I would just personally like to issue an apology to everyone in the chat who did not get their free sub because it just stopped working halfway through.
It stopped working.
Oh.
Yes.
Come back next week and we'll figure it out.
We'll fix it.
We're professionals.
We make mistakes like everybody.
Tell you
and
what,
we fix them.
if you're in the chat and you didn't get a sub, and you were, we can check. We can go back and look at the chat. But comment. This video will be posted on YouTube tomorrow, and comment on that video, and I can cross-reference usernames, and we'll figure it out. We'll give you some subs. I just want to thank.
If every hot dog was perfect, we wouldn't have pork chops.
If every hot dog.
No, I fucked it up.
Every hot dogs.
Oh, that broke me.
You quote Stephen.
Oh, that broke me. That was so good.
No.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh no.
Now that was in of itself perfection. And with that, I
sorry,
think we
Ryan.
should end it.
I was trying to. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. Like I said, these episodes will be. This is episode 42. So if you want to catch up on Filthy Talk, all of that's available on YouTube/AFilthyLot. We will be here every Thursday at 5:30. Tune in Tuesday on Twitch for One Shot or Not. At 3:30 in the afternoon, that's a 3-hour gameplay show. Matt is actually DMing next week. Jamie is playing. I can't remember who else is playing.
Andrew,
Sam.
and
Natasha.
Sam, and Natasha.
Natasha. Sweet.
Nice.
Right on. And other than that, stay tuned and let us know. Thank you for being here. Let us know what you want to see Channel Point Redemptions for, because we're going to mix this show right up. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned and stay filthy.